Alright, duelists, welcome back to the channel. And as I promised, once we reach 100 subscribers, I'll be dropping the Pendulum Keeper deck for you guys, going over the cards and everything that I use to beat the current tier limit meta. I want to thank you all for supporting my channel up to this far, and I hope to continue to grow and put out more content with you. Here we are with our own Pendulum Keeper deck. So, as you can see, off the get-go, we have Maxi and Ash Blossom. I feel like these cards are great cards to have in your deck. Either try to slow down your opponent's play or just stop them from playing the game. One Gravekeeper Spy, 3 Gravekeeper Commitments, and 3 Gravekeeper Spiritualist, 1 Mystical Beast Jackal, 2 Magisters of the Edeons, 3 Servants, 1 Garuda. I believe we have 2 Mystical Beast Jackal Kings, 2 the Mighty Master of Magic. Pretty strong cards. 1 Reflection, 2 Cerberus, 1 Terraforming, 3 Necro Valley Thrones, 3 Spells Powers of Mastery, 1 Triple Tactic Talent, 3 Necro Valleys, 2 Mystical Institutions, and 1 Endeon's Lab. So, these are the cards I have in the deck that works, but I'll go over the combos with you and the process and how to, maneuver around this deck. Because with the spellcasters here, they the Pendulum especially highly depend on spell counters, and they have a field spell that treats the spell counters as a bank for them. So it gets pretty tricky, but I'll work you through it. It's pretty complex, but keep in mind your main goal of this deck is to get Necro Valley out on the field. That's the main goal of this deck. You must prioritize Necro Valley at all times. To stop tier limit plays, to stop graveyard movement, to stop all of that, Necro Valley is the source of this deck. So, before you think about going to any Pendulum plays, you must stress the fact that you don't have Necro Valley on the field. Rule 1 of this deck. So, as you can see, we have multiple ways to get Necro Valley out on this field. We literally have, 7 ways to get Necro Valley out on the field. So, how do we have 7 ways to get Necro Valley out on the field? So, first we have Terraforming, most obvious. But now we have 3 copies of Commendants. This card, you could discard it and get a Necro Valley from your deck to your hand. 4 right there. But we need 3 more. Right here. Necro Valley Throne. This card, you could search out any Necro Valley monster. And guess who you'll search out? Every single time. Gravekeeper Commitment. My bad. This is who you search out every single time. You search them out and grab your Necro Valley, or it goes to the graveyard. I don't think I have a way to bring back spells back from the graveyard. But until then, or Necro Valley goes to the graveyard, make sure you have something on the field. Second order of this deck, right? Second rule. After you have Necro Valley on your field, we need to have Gravekeeper Supernaturalist. Right? We need to have them on the field. Protect our Necro Valley. How do you get him out on the field? It's fairly easy, and here's how. She is our polymerization. We don't have polymerization in the deck, but she will be our polymerization. She'll be our fusion card. She could fusion to every monster right here that you see purple in this extra deck. Every purple monster here, she could fuse into. How? Okay. But what are some combos? So here's some combos. You say that you start the game with her, right? All right. Put her in the field. You could only normal summon them, but you could also fusion summon monsters from your hand too on the field. So most likely you might end up having either one of these guys or another one of these. But if you somehow do not have another monster that is a Gravekeeper monster to special summon him, you also use your spell. Search out another one of these. Easy. Free summon. A free summon monster that protects your monster. Not protects your spell. Your spell, Necro Valley, and it protects itself from being destroyed by card effect. Plus, it gains attack based on level. You're looking at around a 3,200, 3,400 battle monster right here. Pretty strong guy. Now, after that, after you have your Necro Valley and your Supernatural Spiritualist, you're free to do whatever you want. It's essentially, at this point, the game is all yours. Now you could go into our servant, start playing every single Pendulum monster we have in our deck. I'm dead serious. You can play everything. If you want to have a negate that destroys the card and send him to the graveyard, go to servant into Jackal King. But if you don't want to go for monster negates, but instead spell trap negates, okay, go from servant into, you know, the mighty master of magic and the himself. You know, play him. He could literally destroy traps and spells for you on activation. Next, if you don't want to play none of those, you just want to go raw powerhouse, play Mystical Beast Servers. This guy, you could banish a card, gain its attack. It's a powerhouse if you do not have any strong monsters. Say that your opponent have a strong monster, you have a powerhouse right here. I really suggest using them very last resort. You don't want to keep banishing monsters because Necro Valley don't work in the banished area, only works in the graveyard. Next up, we have this one, Reflection. You could bounce back cards. It's a pretty strong deck. All right, and I think that'll be it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you once again for the 100 subscribers.